we are on the Waiau River. Day one, it's in the evening. Nice trout on a rubber leg stimulator. In fact, this exact one early on in the day, so I just left it on. Looks like it's lost one of its legs, but I was trying to catch this fish earlier and wouldn't look at the nymph. And so I put a trailer below the beadhead nymph, changed the beadhead, and right now we see where the drift's going. It's a bloody pain in the ass rig to cast because it's got 3 flies on it, right? Got a big draw in, a weighted nymph, and then a unweighted nymph at the bottom, a pheasant tail, a little flashback. It's just not really holding anywhere. There's another one further out, moving around quite a bit. Ooh. I saw one come up in the current out there. He come right up near the surface, so let's get one out a little further and see what happens. It's a really tough drift here because we got this shit back eddy. It's gonna, ooh, here he is right in front of me. If we can get that over here a little bit. Crikey, these fish are moving around a lot. I can see them again in there. I just don't know if I can bloody get flies to come into them. Oh shit, one just swam under my line. Sort of tough when you get a big swirling back eddy like this. And these fish, they're just moving like crazy. Let's see if I can just put it in there and see if we can cross paths with them. There he is again. Shit, come on. That might do it. Gone through there too quick. I can see that one bugger, the end of that bright spot on the right. Oh, here's that other one again. Oh, frick, there's 2 fucking big fish here. I can just get them to see this. That one's gonna see it. Can't believe they didn't see that. Well, there we go. Started out this morning. Same fish I was trying for last night. And first cast. He's on. Didn't have the GoPro out or anything, but he's on that bloody 10 meters from camp. But that's alright. Today, I'm going upriver. And I'm going to look to see what's there. I've still got on this 3-way combo that I put on yesterday to try to catch that first trout that I caught, which has got a rubber leg stimulator as my indicator, a beadhead herring copper weighted in the middle, and then a little pheasant tail flashback at the bottom. And the only fish I actually landed yesterday, I dropped 2 more, I hooked 2 more, lost them. The only one I landed yesterday was actually on the dry fly. This one's taken the little pheasant tail flashback. So, happy, happy, joy, joy, nice fish. Probably should have waited till I came home and caught this one and then brought him in for tea. But that's alright. He's a nice fish too. Ooh. Certainly got some weight to him. Come on, buddy. Come on home. And when I actually get some energy today, I'll probably change my rig because there's a lot of blowflies out now, and I really want to just catch shit on a dry fly. It's a lovely Jack Rainbow. with fish. And as you can see, there's a little pheasant tail flashback nymph in his face. See you, buddy. And there he goes, back into the river. Next pool, day 2 here. Second pool, second fish spotted. Yeah, I'm going back in with the same old combo again. He's right out mid-river. Not sure if you can see him sticking up there. The GoPros don't really focus very well. But the cool thing about being me and coming into the central Waiau hut in the middle of the Ureweras is that I've got this beautiful river all to myself. And I'm just going to spend the entire day walking up, and when I see a fish who's up feeding, because this one I probably could just put on a dry fly if I wasn't so goddamn lazy. Wasn't so damn lazy, I would change over and just put a single dry fly on, but you know what, I got this rig on here and I'm just going to put that on and see if it goes. There we go, first try, off to his left a little bit. Nope, he didn't look, so we're going to go, we're just going to go right out to him and not even muck around. I'm even a little bit past him. Oh! Oh! Geez, I'm starting to wonder if that's a stick and not a bloody, not a trout in the water, because he didn't even react. I think it's a frickin' stick. So here I am. Sure enough, it's a goddamn stick. Here I was. Yeah, here we are, just walking up the river, having a look. God, it's beautiful, eh? All you gotta do is come to New Zealand. What do you need? A passport, a little bit of money. Do you need a fishing guide? No, fuck no. I'm your fishing guide on video. You fly into places like the central Waiau hut. Derek from, I think it's Whirinaki Choppers or something it's called now in Urewera. You just Google helicopters Urewera, M-U-R-U-P-A-R-A, and say, I want to fly in here. I think it's like, I don't know what it is for a round trip. It's not, it's cheap. Beats the hell out of walking here. You stay in the hut, it's gorgeous, and you walk up this river in the middle of paradise, and you've got it all to yourself. And then you just keep walking until you see a fish. And that's all I'm doing today. And if I wasn't so goddamn lazy, I would change the rig I have on, but I'm just going to leave it on until it breaks. I'd even show you this. It's funny where my little pheasant tail is. There's already a wind knot on there, and do I care? No. Oh, look, there's a fish scale on my heron copper. That was effective. Yeah, I don't normally like to fish a nymph, but today, in these conditions, they're not really coming up. All that being said, my rubber leg stimulator, who's missing a leg, caught my first fish yesterday. I got 2 in the bag. Dropped 2 last night. Hooked them properly, both on the nymph under this same rig. And so I'm just gonna walk until I get really tired, or it starts to, you know, become evening, and then I'll just walk back. It's hard to get lost. I'm on a river. I do expect to see a trout here, so I'm going to actually take my time and have a little look-see. Sort of a nice little lay. Beautiful piece of water. I mean, there's probably trout that I can't see, but I'm just having a walk. I'm not absolutely under no pressure whatsoever. We got all day just to walk and look and unwind all the horrible stresses of my life. See anybody here? It's sort of ideal. You got that little spring creek coming in. It'll be a little bit colder than the main river, which is Not all that warm yet. It's probably still under 18 degrees anyways. Oh, guess what we see here? I see a trout. Ha, 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 ha. I'm gonna try to catch you. No, I'm not gonna change anything. I'm gonna use the same rig. Yes, I should be putting on just a dry fly to try first, and I will later when I break this rig off or lose it or something. Ooh, there's two up there, I do believe. So that's kind of cool. You walk up to a piece of water, you look at it, you say, yeah, there should be a fish in there. And is there one? No, there's two that I can see. Alright, where are you now, you bugger? He's moved. Let's give him a minute to hop back into a position where I can see him. Oh, there he is. A little bit further out, mid-river. It's not very complicated. That's a bit of a wonky drift because of the sort of eddy in there. Probably didn't go up far enough. One. Two. Where are you, fish? Don't tell me I spoke them. And if I did, I don't care. Ooh, ooh. Is that a fish? No. The river plays tricks on your eyes with the swirls and the sunlight. All of a sudden you think you're seeing a fish and then it disappears. Oh. Well, that's not ideal. Oh, there he is. There he is, same place he was before. He's just a little bit out deeper. That cast should do it for us. He just seems to be moving out a little bit deeper. Okay, I see him again. Oh, that's not ideal, is it? Dave? Don't be a lazy caster, Dave. Eventually I'll snap this rig off, catching a tree or something, not paying attention. For now, it stays on. Some fly fish would think, oh, you need to bloody change flies for every fish and blah blah blah. Nah, just go fishing, man. Hungry fish eat. Little pheasant tail flashback on the bottom. The joys of trying to cast, put weeds and shit around. All right. Yes, I'm very close to this fish. Am I worried about it? No. Am I catching everything in town aside from a fish? Yes. Can't really see him at the moment. Oh, I see him. Come on, you cheeky little bugger. Let's see if we can get that big ugly combination in there to our fish. Can't see my dry fly, can't see my dry fly. It sank. So I am actually going to have to bloody smarten my act up here and change up this rig soon because it's just not functioning at the moment. There he is still. He's just a little bit further out. I thought he had taken that one. Well, there we go. Broke it off by being aggro, so now I get to change flies. It's a bit early. There are some cicadas making noise. There's a lot of blowflies out. I'll put one on just as an indicator here and simply just, oops, There's the fun part as your vision starts to fail. Just tying shit together. Fisherman's knot. And as I'm sitting there, I just saw I think it was a swimming damsel. Just rear its ugly head. Oh, it's quite beautiful, actually. It swam right down here. Oh, there it is there. You see that sucker? So that was actually a good little tip for me. We had this free swimming nymph. And, you know, to be honest, being an ex-scientist and shit, I should know exactly what everything is swimming around. I mean, it looked like a large mayfly or a... That was cool. It swam around like a damsel, but quicker and then attached to the rocks. But that was really cool to see. So I'm going to put on something along those lines. Not really. I'm going to put on a beaded copper john. One, I'm going to get sink. Two, I'm going to get some visibility, because these fish are not eating on the surface, except for the first one I caught. And that one was. And if you can see, I got this trout right next to me here, and he's just begging to be caught. I'm going to try my nymph on first. Why a beadhead? Well, most of the stuff I'll be fishing is kind of flowing water, and I won't be spending too much time on each fish, so I want to just get in there and catch them. If I actually see one rise, I'll go pure shit. But for now, just mucking around. But definitely need some of this or something similar. This is ginks. So a simple dry fly nymph rig. Yeah, I just guessed how far down below I put the nymph. Yeah, it's probably a little deeper than I want it, but you know what? It'll cover me, because I'll still watch where that nymph roughly is, and even though he may not be tugging my dry fly under the water, I'll see his mouth open and react accordingly. Oh, Jesus, there's two of them. They're right next to me. This isn't actually good at all, because I'm too close now. I need to back down a little bit. But these trout I've found so far in the Waiau River, hell, they've been moving around a lot. These guys are actively feeding. One cast. There goes my nymph. My son of a bitch didn't eat it. God damn. Let's try that again. I wonder if they're just eating those free swimming bloody guys. Here it comes. We got a dry fly. It's going over a trout. My nymph is down there somewhere. Well, that's a little bit frustrating, eh? You know, it's a beadhead copper john. That sucker will be sinking certainly quickly enough and well enough to... Oh, shit, I think I hooked him and lost him. So that was my bad. We've got like 3 fish swimming around in there. All it took was a little bit of persistence, and actually putting the fly in front of the fish, and he ate it. One of the two did anyway, which is cool. Not a monster, but always a good fish. Every fish is a goodie in these parts. So this is number 2 for me for the day. He ate my copper john, beadhead copper john nymph. It's not even a small one. Big and bold and beautiful. And these two trout, this is the small one of the two that was in here, and they were sort of fighting with each other for position, it looked like. And so, like I say, what do you need? Well, you need a fly rod. You need a pair of hiking boots and these nice little tights I got, otherwise the sandflies will tear your ass off. And some sunblock, an insect repellent, and a few bloody flies. Nothing special, man. My fly line is over 5 years old. And I probably should have replaced it before I came out here, but I got the call like the night before. You're a good looking fish, eh? I think we'll not even touch you and just unhook you and let you do your thing. See ya, bro. Beautiful, eh? That's what it's all about, guys. You don't need anything except a will to come out here. There are so many places in New Zealand. Do you need a guide? Nope. You need a fly rod? Yep. You need some flies, some hiking boots, sleeping bag, and a bit of food. You don't even have to walk in for 10 hours. You just jump on a helicopter. I don't know what it costs, $1,000 or some shit. It's well worth the trip. So wherever you're coming from, just come out here and check this shit out. We're in middle of December here. I think it's the 17th or some shit. So yeah, still here in paradise in Waiau River, and I'll walk up to a run of water like this, you know, and I think there's got to be a fish here somewhere. All I got to do is watch for a minute. I'll probably see one somewhere. But if not, I'll just carry on, you know. You know how they say wear camo and shit so you don't stick out like dog's balls? Yeah, I've got a white shirt on. Mostly to block the sun. Oh, I see a fish. He's right out in the middle of that pool. But this is, well, I have got that, I don't know, it's probably a size 12 beadhead copper john there. And it's about, you know, it's about a meter, a little more below my dry fly. And that's why I got that rig. One of these years I'll figure out how to tie on my leader to my fly line so it doesn't catch the eyes every time. But for now, I'll just carry on. Alright, where are you now, you little sausage? I did see you out there. I know you're out there. These fish are not just sitting in a line and eating lazily. They're moving around and they're actively feeding. So it actually makes it a little bit more challenging. Because you see him for a second, then he's gone, and then there's more of the story is be quick, man. And no, I'm not just going to randomly put this gear in the water. I'm going to see H fish, and I'm going to cast to them. I'm going to catch them. Or not. Come on, you dirty bugger. Where are you? I'm losing patience. Got a lot more fish to catch than you. Oh, I see him on the bottom out there, right in the middle. He's moving around, moving around, moving around. Where do I need to get? Oh, you son of a beatard. Alright, well, lesson learned there. Bloody tree. And he's moved right over. So that'll give us enough drift anyways. But he's over to the left. There we go, first cast. You gotta love this shit, eh? Living in paradise. Catching trees, catching trout. This is fun. Number 3. Ooh, hello. I always like to bloody get onto the reel when I'm fighting a fish, just because Murphy's Law stuff, because your fly line's hanging around on the ground and inevitably a fish runs and it's wrapped around your foot or a rock or some shit. Well, beadhead copper john, who would have thunk? And like a size 12 too. And in that situation it was perfect, because you can see into that water. It's quite deep where that fish was laying. I'm impressed that I could even see him. You know, I'm going for a run, mister. Come on over to the side. Come on, buddy. Come on down. You're a fighter, I must say. He's a real scrapper. Yeah, I got you in the shallows, buddy. I thought I had you in the shallows. I try to hasten my fights as much as possible, but these fish have got some energy. They're in pretty good condition. Come on. I guess maybe I should have brought a net. Next time, maybe. Okay, he's full of fucking piss and vinegar. This one, that's an active fish. All I'm trying to do is just get him into the real shallow shit where he can't really use his fins to fight anymore. But he's having his way with me here at the moment. He's tired. Now we get him into sort of that shallow shit and he doesn't have a fighting chance now. But again, if we can keep him... Oh, that's a beauty, eh? That's a nice fish. That's an absolute beauty. On a beadhead copper john. Go the other way, little buddy. Yes, he's banging around the rocks, but he's not losing any of his scales or anything. And there he goes, unhandled by man, really. So that was cool. Beadhead copper john, and like a size 12 in the middle of the bush. Definitely another spot I expect to see a fish. The problem is, when you're sight fishing, you really do need full sun on the water. I mean, you can see these shadows. Still morning and the sun's not quite up over the hill here yet. The problem is, it's hard to see fish in shadows. Hard enough to see them in the light unless they're sticking out like dog's balls. But so this is a real challenge. But we'll have a look anyways. And guess what? If I don't see one, I just keep walking. Yeah, this sort of dark edge here is... There should be a fish there, but I just can't see him. Maybe I'll see him on the way back. So I do have to come back this way eventually. But tonight. Yeah, well. Oh, let's just look up here in the sun a little bit. See if there's anybody to tie into this. Oh, definitely be a couple of fish in this run. Is that one there? No, I think that's a rock. But it's funny, you sit there and watch a rock for a while and it starts moving. Still think that's a rock. Still a beautiful day in paradise here in the Waiau River. I can see a fish 30 meters up already. So that's kind of cool. I was just about to say this looks like a typical good spot to find a fish. Let's turn on the camera and see what happens. I'd already seen them. So The problem is he's in a slowish sort of spot, which isn't ideal for the rig I'm using. So the question is, Dave, are you going to change and put on an unweighted nymph or just try a single dry fly? I'm going to say no, because I'm lazy and I don't want to change. I just want to try to catch them with what I have on. And when I catch another weed or a tree and break off, then I'll try something different. I saw him a long time ago in a long distance, but since he has not shown himself. Oh, there he is, right out in the middle. There's a sandy right-hand side, and then there's some rocks in the middle, and then there's sand on the left. He's right on those rocks in the middle. Again, down deep. So this fly combo will actually be pretty ideal, methinks. Oh, now he's swum over to the right. He's on the sandbar on the right. These fish, they're moving around actively. I mean, it just indicates they're really on the feed, which is good. But they're clearly not feeding on the surface, which is not great, because I like using a dry fly whenever I can. So I will drop down my cicada with my beadhead copper john. This son of a bitch will stop and hang out in one spot for a minute. Where are you, bugger? With my luck, he'll just swim over to me and look at me now that I'm right next to him. Come on. Gotta see the bugger. Yep, oh, I see the bugger. But by the time I get my cast out there, he's back on the sandbar. Oh, there's two of the bastards. That's cool. Well behind, but that's okay. I was just getting my distance in. It's kind of a dangerous one because I'm sort of casting right over him. Downriver of them still. They're sort of hanging, looking back into the main river. And there are two of the buggers there. This is actually a challenging sort of spot because you don't want to put it right through them. Would you please just sit somewhere nicer for me? Nice shady spot here for a little break. Not like I need one. I'm gonna go in for a couple hours. But I thought I'd stop at the water cooler and grab a drink. You can drink right out of the main river here, but this stuff will be a little bit cooler coming from the bush. This will be coming out of the ground somewhere up here before the top of the ridge. Ah, yes, delicious. It's been a little while since I've actually seen a fish, because I've been walking through a lot of stuff that's still covered in shadow, so I just figured, I'm walking 4 or 5 hours in, so I'll be able to look at these spots later when the sun's on them in the late afternoon as I'm coming out. So leave a little bit of excitement for later. Ooh, that one just came up really close to the surface. Oh, should I just take the nymph off and try the cicada? Should I? If I see him break the surface, yes. But that fish is feeding very close to the surface. What we got behind, tree check. Get my distance here. And where are you, bugger? Just when I want to cast. I don't see you, but you know what? I don't really care. I'll just put the first one in. A little bit short to the inside. Oh, there he is. think he liked that nymph very much. It didn't drift through there really well. Okay, let's try this again. He's in there a little bit shorter. That one should work. Here he comes with a cicada. Oh, he turned his nose up at the cicada. That was so cool. That was so cool. That was so inspiring. He came up and looked at the cicada and said no at the last second, which is really cool. So I'm certain he's not going to take my copper john nymph. That sucker's just dragging around on the bottom there. But he's not spooked. So this is really kind of exciting. Come on, swing that nymph through there. A little bit of drag, swing in front of his face. Bloody back eddies. Well, the copper john's not working on this fella. Oh boy. What am I doing? You're an idiot, Dave. You're an absolute egghead. Put on a dry fly. Alright, finishing touches. I got a blue blowfly dry here. I know this fish is not feeding on the surface, but he did come up and look at my cicada. I got rid of the heavy nymph. So I'll try this fly once or twice, and then I'll put a, say he's eating emergers or something that's moving around in the water quite a bit. Hopefully we can get this guy to come up and look at that fucking little dry fly. Looks so little there, but it's not really. Bloody backwater. Come on, it's right by you, buddy. Tell you what he's not doing is looking at my little blowfly. He's definitely not feeding on the surface, but he's feeding on something that's coming up in the water table. There it is, there it is, there it is, and he's just not fucking looking for it. Beadhead heron copper under the cicada didn't work. He looked at the cicada, he said no. Blowfly didn't work. Now I'm going with a royal stimulator instead of my rubber leg stimulator. The royal stimulator is supposed to imitate a bloody stonefly adult or some shit, but whatever. I'm convinced he's eating emergers because he just keeps rising up in the column and eating. So I'm putting on a prince nymph. Why? Well, underneath, because I felt like it. And it looks a little bit like that swimming bug I saw earlier. So if he won't look at it on a dead drift, I'll give it a couple of little twitches as it goes by him there and see if that gets his interest. But first thing I've got to do is see him again. Oop, there he is. Come on, buddy. And this back eddy in this river, I keep getting these shit back eddies, and now I've got wind to deal with. So my nymph is off to the side. It's gone in the back water. He doesn't see it anywhere near. Alright, now I've got wind, which is making it. Alright, it's a little bit of drag, but will he take? Now I got wind, I got back eddies, and no fish on the line. But he's still there. He's still feeding away. Just need to get up far enough so I can get a little bit of sink, because remember, this fly is now unweighted, but he has been rising up a little bit. Come on, you bugger, why don't you eat that? See, look at him, he's coming up. Come on, come on, come on, eat my prince nymph, eat my dry fly. I think this bugger's got my number. And look, he comes up just behind my fly. It's a little bit annoying with this back eddy and where that fish is feeding. I'll lose patience here. Again, sometimes you just got to persevere, because if he doesn't see your offering, not that he's necessarily rejecting you, because you don't see him actually reacting to it. Bloody wind is messing with me. Come on, let's get a drift through there. Come on, that's the one, that's the one, that's the one. No, he did not eat my prince nymph or necessarily acknowledge that it existed. He is a bastard. A little bit higher. No, he didn't look at my prince nymph. So, challenging to get a fly in there. And guess what? I stuck with the same combo, and he came up and ate the dry. And not only did he eat it, because I just thought, these things are fighting a little bit and running around in there. It's like they're still doing spawning shit. And I slapped that dry fly and dropper in there. They weren't seeing it. And then boom, I slapped it in there, the royal stimulator, and he just shot from the bottom and just smashed it. But hey, hard work sometimes, this fly fishing. You get so much, you just lose confidence, because you're like, what the hell? I thought I was doing everything right in there, and these fish are just ignoring my fly. They're not ignoring it. They just haven't seen it yet. When they come up and that is a bloody good fish. And that's on the royal stimulator. And that's oh, you know what? I think the bastard ate the nymph too. Ah, he come up and didn't just go right to his jaw, but that seemed like a funny place. I think he might have eaten the nymph and then the dry on the way out. I certainly saw the dry take. Come on. There you go. That's a beautiful fish. And that was really cool. So now I've had a couple of looks on the dry fly. So I'm just now putting on a big old roll stimulator and no nymphs. That's so cool when you get them to actually look up. Windy day in summer, cicadas probably aren't hitting the water, although you can hear a couple. Yee freaking ha, number 4. Exciting. We've got a bloody stillwater trout. I haven't seen him in this river. He's in a real slow back pool. Just saw him come up for something. Chuck my big cicada over there. And hopefully get him to come look at it. This is sort of a spot for you. There he goes. And boom. Oh! Look out. Oh man, I thought I gave him enough time, but you saw it right there, people. You saw it right there. I don't even think he knew what bloody happened to him. I don't think he freaking knew what happened. He's still over there. He doesn't want to eat my cicada now. Fish, and this one I can see again moving around a hell of a lot, and I'm chucking big old deer hair cicada over there in the hopes that I can make a big enough slap that he'll see it and want to eat it. Because that's a big old hunk of cheeseburger right there. I'm way off to his left, but he hasn't seen that, of course. He's down on the bottom. There we go, slap on the water. Crap, that went over him and he didn't see it. You know why? Because I didn't get his attention enough. Did that one get his attention? Nope. Nope. Going up a little bit further. That one does not want to eat a cicada. I can't present that any more violently than that. Well, we've got another fish. Not far up in front. I'm going to slap the old cicada in and see if he wants to eat it. Obviously that one's behind him. I think he's going to come right up for it. Always try to present off to the side a little bit. Alright, well. I've presented a cicada. He was looking in the water column before. Not exactly focused on cicadas yet. Well, it's later in the day. I went quite a ways up and I'm on my way back down at one of these spots I was trying to catch a fish earlier. And I thought he wasn't there, and then I saw one up here. See him again. But anyways, after hooking that one on the cicada, I've tried with the cicada several more times. Not even got a look, but I don't care. I'm going to try again. That was funny. Put on my pheasant tail. Oh, shit. And lost him. But anyways, that was cool. Put on the beadhead pheasant tail flashback because I said, bugger it. Put something in there a little bit heavier. Drifted it past him 4 or 5 times. He wasn't even looking at it. And then, boom, he went and nailed it. And, silly me, I didn't tie my tippet on very well because he swam away at the fly. That's alright. I hooked him anyways. It was fun. Oh, it's gorgeous up here. This river is absolutely amazing. I'm several hours sort of in camp and just exploring. And now I'm not seeing many fish, but you come to a spot like this and it's beautiful. Nice spot to have a shower, fill up the water bottle. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep going until I get really tired, and then I'll turn around and walk back. It's always the hard part. Ooh, see that? That stinging nettle. Don't touch that. When I say I'm not seeing many fish, I just walk past that waterfall, which you can't see, but up comes a trout. Showed up about mid-water, and he's way down on the bottom there at the moment, but well, I'm in a precarious position. Let's see if I can get a cicada up there and see if he'll come up and eat it. Buddy, now, one little thing. I'm gonna catch it. There he is. Definitely not looking up, but he did swim in close. Still came up. I will catch this fish, just gonna probably have to put a heavy nymph down to him. Where are you now, buddy? Where are you? Well, the cicada splatted over his head a couple of times, but he wasn't even considering looking up. I don't know where he is at the moment. Oh well, try a couple more. Drifts with the cicada through there. It's just amazing how they can just go down to the bottom and absolutely disappear. Not until they move to eat something that you see them. Now, well, stay tuned. Beadhead pheasant tail. You know, that's probably a size 12, but and I've got quite a bit of tippet below my cicada. I don't know, I just grabbed some and guesstimated. Now, I need to find this fish again. You know, I thought I could see him, and now I just can't. But, oh well, we're just gonna go. That's looking all right, if he's still there. Come on, drag on through. Come on. Oh, that's a fail. A double fail, because the fish was over there before. Now I don't see him again. It's just amazing how they can do this. Sink, baby, sink, 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 sink. Oh! Damn it! I see him. All right, first cast, maybe lucky. There we go. Sweet ass. First cast. You gotta love it, eh? Gotta love it. Well, my first one broke me off. The second one took, and I missed him. And he didn't come back. He disappeared because I obviously nicked his lip. Uh-oh. 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 I have to give chase here. See if I can get him to swim upstream. Otherwise it's going to be a pain in the ass. Far out. These guys, when they hit that current, they just got so much strength. I gotta be careful here. He's gonna break me off. Oh, almost got me there. All right, I need to find a bit of slow water here to. Come on, get out of the current, buddy. Come on, bow out of the current. They've just got so much side-on pressure when they and they don't want to come in. Yeah. All right. All right, this is gonna be the place. Come on in here, mister. Come on. Come on. You're tired. Come on in. Come visit. Well, the old pheasant tail, beadhead pheasant tail nymph did the trick. Lovely, nice, strong rainbow. Bye. See ya, buddy. Have a nice afternoon. Good recovery. Oh, that was fun. Go find another one. Saw a trout. Go figure, eh? Fish number 4 that I've spotted today. And I actually just saw him rise. I'm gonna take off the beadhead pheasant tail. And I'm just gonna throw the cicada. See how that works out. Oh, he just rose again. Oh, it was a shit cast, and buddy came and followed it anyways, but didn't make an attempt. So, boy, I need some new fly line. It's really affecting me. Didn't like that one bit. Trying to make it up to where there's a swing bridge, apparently. I don't know if those guys are telling me the truth, because I've been going for ages. Starting to think, holy crap, I gotta start thinking about heading back. I got a fish here up in front of me. I'm just gonna go a little bit blind because I don't know exactly where he is. But come on, there's a cicada there, buddy. They're obviously not focused on cicadas. But if he sees it, he might change his mind and say, oh yeah. An 8-pound bloody fluoro leader on that's getting short, got a few wind knots in it. I think that's him in there. I don't think I would have spooked him. These guys sometimes have eyes in the back of their head. Oh, there he is in front of me. Come on. Come on, buddy. You're not looking up. Now, I'll give him one more try and then I'll throw an nymph under it. Alright, that's all I can do. Stand up here on a rock, I can see this fish swimming around. That's not going to be an easy sort of flick. One I don't want to bloody pretty much got to do it right, otherwise I'll spook them. It's going to be a fast bloody drift out of there too, isn't it? And follow my ass. I've already screwed up. balancing on a rock and trying to cast. Stupid ass I am. Alright, got away lucky on that one. Yeah, like if I go, I'm fucking falling in deep water, so why did I decide to come here? I can't let me get on this rock. Further cast, but probably not going to fall off this one as easy. Where are you, bugger? Alright, I see you. Oh, he took the cicada. Oh, yes. He actually ate the nymph first. He took the cicada. Now this is going to be a lot of fun. Well, this is the central Waiau hut, and these are two bushmen here. Yeah, it's a nice, nice place to hang out. The fishing was good. Got a deer. Looks like a mess now, but our local possum trapper Alan lives here most of the year, and he flew out when we flew in, which was cool. One last bacon fry up and a cup of tea before the chopper comes in a couple hours to pick us up. This is where we spent a bunch of time hanging out by the fire. All in all, like, this is it's a pretty awesome place, man. I recommend it to anyone and everyone.